despite being in mortal danger and everything's collapsing around him, he stayed and he made sure 8 of his Thai co-workers, 8 lives, ran out before him. We are now in front of this building. If you want to feel something, this is a very good spot. Understanding spiritual dynamics. Energy is very stale in basketball. Hey, good evening everyone. I'm Eugene Tay from Supernatural Confessions and welcome to a brand new episode of Haunting History, where we explore the darkest side of Singapore's past. This season, we are going to touch on how the scars of our history have affected our present. Today, I have a special guest with me in my studio, and his name is Scott.
Which camera?
Which camera? That camera. So Scott, tell us about yourself.
I get easily car sick.
Okay.
Yeah, I just came from Tampines and I'm about to throw up. So.
Yeah, I'm from Tampines too.
Oh, that fellow Tampian.
So I noticed that you have a mark on your neck. Is that birthmark or is that a love bite?
Okay, so it came out like a week ago. I don't even know what it is.
The hantu
so people say,
pinchu lah.
Correct. At least wake me up if you're going to give me a love bite, right? So I can feel it, you know.
When we joke about all this ghostly thing and everything. So I'm assuming you are okay with supernatural. You're a believer or a skeptic?
I'm a believer because I'm very scared of this kind of thing. I don't want to touch all this. Like I got chased in a Resorts World when they have the Halloween night, right?
Yeah.
So I went. Then the ghost chased me. Then I squat down and I started crying. I was like, stop. And then the person break character. The person started laughing.
I mean, I look at your body. You look like you pump iron and you can give someone a good thrashing. All this fake one. Just the tattoo, all the bad boy image is bluff people.
It's bluff people. it's just a mask. Yeah.
So Scott, I'm going to bring you to a place today that have left a scar on many people. It's a dark part of our history, but there's also some silver lining in it. So let's take a break from all things spooky tonight, and instead, we are going to explore a major tragedy that happened in Singapore 20 years ago.
My childhood.
Huh?
No,
Well,
kidding.
I'm talking about what is known as one of Singapore's worst worksite disaster, the Nicoll Highway collapse of 2004. Now Scott, where were you and how old were you at 2004?
Actually, maybe I was in secondary school or primary school. Yeah.
But you have heard about that incident?
Of course. As in, I don't really watch the news much, but I mean, my mom told me that like the thing collapsed lah, and it was quite a tragedy. Wow, can't pronounce it.
Okay, so there's a tragedy that took place in Nicoll Highway, but maybe the extent of it you didn't know, and what come after it you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know much about it lah.
So I'm going to take you to the very site that tragedy happened, and then I'm going to give you a bit more insight into how it happened, but more importantly, what was talked about after the incident.
Sure.
So you're going to get car sick again because we're going to have to drive there.
Yeah, as long as you're not my Grab driver, can already.
Okay, let's go, Scott.
Let's go.
So Scott, we are right here at Nicoll Highway. This place, besides being famous for traffic jam during peak hours, is also famous for something else.
A lot of runners.
This place was one of the sites of the Circle Line, built in 2002. And in 2004, a tragedy happened right here where you're standing. Building the Circle Line, not even the operation yet.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So this entire area was construction work.
Oh.
Right? And on 20th April 2004, workers working on this construction site heard a strange noise. Everyone was evacuated. In the afternoon, some workers came back here to reinforce the steel structure.
Oh, okay.
But by 3:30 p.m. that afternoon, the structure gave way and the tunnel collapsed, trapping 4 men in the rubbles.
Dang.
And all the buildings around here, Guatemala Center, Guatemala Complex, Concourse, even up to Suntec City, total blackout.
Oh man.
And the 75th SCDF Disaster Assistance and Rescue Team responded in 10 minutes, came here with rescue dog and start searching for the bodies.
Okay.
In situations like this, you have 72 hours, very critical time frame to find the survivors. Beyond that, survivability rate drops to 0.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they found the first body at 6:15 p.m.
Right.
Viddsee, Madison.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the has died. Next day they found 2 more bodies.
Yeah.
There's 1 more body left to be found. By day 3, it was deemed too risky to continue searching and digging for the last body, which belongs to Mr. Heng Yo Piao. So the search was called off. His body was still left in the rubble.
So his body is still here?
Buried somewhere under that grass patch. Despite his body not being found, his deeds of valor was remembered, and locals actually called him Hero Heng.
Oh.
That's right. And
That's so
every
cute.
20th April, they have a memorial service for him.
Oh, until this day.
Until this day.
Oh, that's so
there's
sweet.
a plaque on the grass patch, and in 2014,
Yeah.
10 years anniversary, they have a little plaque on a metal bench in Tampines Park. So then the question is, who is this Hero Heng and what did he do, right?
Yeah.
So despite being in mortal danger and everything's collapsing around him, what would you do?
I don't even.
GTFO,
I was
right?
just.
The
Yeah,
self-force,
yeah. I ran away.
But not him. He stayed and he made sure 8 of his Thai co-workers, 8 lives, ran out before him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So by the time he could find the energy and time to run out, everything just collapsed on him. So he was the last man there.
Oh man, okay, I see.
Heroic, yeah?
Yeah, Hero Heng indeed.
So Singapore have our very own heroes as well.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So it's been 20 years. So when he died, he left behind 2 children, 8 years old and 6 years old. They're all adults now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we tried to reach out to them, but we couldn't get them. So
Oh.
we're not sure where they are, how they're doing. But I'm sure 20 years have passed. They're all adults now. I think some things they just want to leave behind as a memory.
Yeah.
So we do respect that.
So actually, all I know about the collapse was that it was due to like weak structure or something like that, right? Is that the main reason, or like is there other reasons that people come up with? I've just heard some other things about like blaming like the supernatural for something like that and all that.
When a tragedy like this happens, it's not difficult for people to make assumptions
Okay.
that is due to the supernatural.
Right.
Like say for example, like if there's a car crash
Yeah.
in a place near a cemetery, what do you think is going to be talked about?
Right.
A ghost. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because it took place on Nicoll Highway, and this is Golden Mile Complex,
Oh.
and you know what Golden Mile Complex is known for?
No. Yeah. I'm wondering what the Thai is.
So people who go out to Golden Mile or see all the Thai dolls immediately assume that the place is a place for black magic practitioners. Some people hypothesize that because the land that Nicoll Highway and Golden Mile Complex is built on, there is a sort of
Dark energy.
a dark energy, a portal.
Oh.
So
Okay.
as the authorities are digging a tunnel through the underground,
They dig into the portal.
They dig into the portal.
Ay, ay, ay.
the spirits
Oh
were
my
angry and the
goodness.
spirits collapsed the whole place.
Oh.
So that's
okay.
hearsay.
I see.
There's no basis whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, it's just rumors.
It's just rumors.
But I can understand why
Yeah.
people need that narrative.
It helps
in
you
the
cope,
box. Help
right?
you cope. It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, it's a coping thing.
Remember I mentioned there was a plug there, on
Yeah.
the grass patch where Hero Heng
Yeah.
was buried below.
Yeah.
Shall we go there and pay our
Yeah.
respects?
Let's go and pay our respects, man.
Alright, go that side.
Oh, okay. Wow, can't find it eh. Huh? I think easier to find ghosts, yeah.
No luck, guys.
Hello?
We searched the whole place. Almost every single square foot.
This was on the
We
left.
could comb, we comb. It's not to be. Because based on the photographs that we see, it's an open field and you have the plug sticking out blue. Look around, nothing comes close. And we're searching for the last half hour. I'm drenched in sweat and I still can't find it. I just can't wait to get back to the studio right now. Let's go find Scott. After 2 long years, I found Scott. And I think I've also may have found the plaque, the memorial plaque of Hero Heng.
Where?
It's right there behind this fence. I'm very certain of it. And based on the photographic evidence that we have on internet, directly in front of Golden Mile Complex, it would have put it right there. I tried to find my way in. I found a door.
Oh.
And I asked the construction worker if they have any keys to go in. They said, nope, they don't.
Oh, Did they say that the grave is there?
They don't know. In fact, that's a funny thing because I asked them for the grave. Then they realized there was a grave here, and then they got all spooked out.
Somebody are sleeping here, leh. Can you do it or not?
It's almost like a keramat. It's more of a shrine.
What language was that, Keramat?
Keramat Malay lah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Good to know.
if it's a shrine of a hero, it's not that scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not scary, but in fact, he will save you, ma.
Probably.
Yeah, see?
So I think that's all we can do here. I need to go back to the studio right now where there's aircon.
Yeah, please. Oh my gosh, we've been sweating so much.
Right.
Looking for this memorial.
Let's go back to the studio and talk some more.
Let's go.
I'm so glad we are back at studio.
Yeah, aircon.
You know,
Whoever invented the aircon, God bless. Thank you.
but you know who did not have aircon?
Who?
Those people working on the Nicoll Highway site. One thing was very disturbing for me today.
Uh-huh.
The fact that we cannot find the plaque of Singapore's probably only modern day hero.
Yeah, exactly. Like why? If it is behind the construction thing, right? A bit rude, no man. Like I feel like it should be accessible, ma. Then also it's quite hard to get to in the first place. It's in the middle of the field, right?
Yeah.
And it was like I think it just rained or something. Like oh
Oh,
my gosh, it's
muddy.
super muddy. The frogs, everything. We could find everything but the plug.
And it's not just us, we had a whole production team combing the place.
Yeah.
And our director was
I'm
whining
holding the
and
production
whining.
light,
Wow.
like that. Wow, bigger than the flashlight. Our phone lights were useless.
Yeah. The thing is, you raised this man up to be a hero. You give him heroic status.
Yeah.
Wouldn't a memorial where people can go,
To like pay their respect.
pay their
right?
respect anytime, be meaningful? But I understand why the memorial plaque had got to be at that same spot. Because that was where it collapsed and, that's where his
they
body...
suspect. Yep.
Correct. So having the plaque in that spot, I have nothing against it. But why barricade the whole area? Why put hoarding around the area?
Yeah.
And when I take a look through like the hole and look into that spot, it was left untouched. It was just tall grass growing. It's not as if they were trying to build something there. It's just very disturbing for us that we cannot find a plaque which is supposed to be Singapore's modern hero. I would
Correct.
imagine it to be, even with a little bus there or a high-rise area, and people can go there and give tribute.
Yeah.
Is it any wonder why, when we speak to younger generations today, while they know the tragedy, they don't know the background story behind
The
it. They
history.
don't know the heroic act behind it.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the kind of dark history we should bring to the surface. But I want to know what you think. I mean, that sounds like a very grumpy, bitter person point of view. You seem a lot more
No, but
happy about things.
I do agree with what you're saying in that, like, it's we understand why it was in the middle of the field, but I feel like maybe they could have placed something on a tree, that's more accessible, closer to the road. Maybe just commemorating that spot to be the place to say, hey, we're going to pay respects here, rather than having people go all the way into the middle of the field, or even having it barricaded and all that just to pay their respects. In Tampines, where they have that bench, where it's very accessible to the public, it's in a public area, it's not in the middle of some like wilderness, So I feel like the bench, was like it's like a good example of a place where people can go and remember this hero and also learn more about what had happened with Nicoll Highway.
So speaking of learning what has happened, what have you learned about this story?
I can't imagine just like a hero going back in, saving 8 of his workers, and having the mentality to go back in is wild to me. Like, it's insane. Because I guess a lot of us would be selfish in a sense, like, oh, we want to save our own lives. Especially, okay, let's say if it's a family member or a loved one, sure, it's easier for us to say, no, I'm going to go back in there, I'm not going to leave without this person. But not saying that the 8 workers' lives were less important, but these were not people that, were direct, they weren't related to him, they weren't family. So for him to have done that is such a noble and such a selfless act that I did not know of, and not many people know of. They just only hear, oh, how many died? And oh, Nicoll Highway is built, Yeah.
So I think we have come to the end of this episode. Maybe perhaps on the way back we can go and check out the bench in Tampines.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
20 years on, we still remember the heroism of both the rescuers and the victims of the collapse. We must strive to keep each other safe and to be prepared for any emergency, so that tragedies like this remain as memories we honor but do not experience ever. For Haunting History, my name is Eugene Tay. I'll see you guys next week. Let's go, Scott!
Let's go. My phone. Why I take the pillow? Why I take the pillow?
Hey, thank you so much for watching Haunting History with us. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please
Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.